But the worst, and absolutely I'm sure you did it, because I also did it. I'm not innocent, I did it all the time, and that's why I had so big problems in running. That's why I couldn't study for my exams and I was failing shit. And this is because after can you focus or you escape with your thoughts far away? Because focus is extremely important. You can memorize information perfectly, but when you cannot focus, you cannot concentrate on this one particular topic and just put all your intentions and all your brain into one thing, you won't be able to achieve anything. So here I will give you some best tips about focus on one thing and be the best at it as you can be. We will achieve this by something which is called Pomodoro on steroids. Of course, it's my name, it's not officially called like this, but this method contains also many aspects of Pomodoro, so that's why I called it Pomodoro on steroids, because it's just better than only this technique. And firstly, we need to explain why Pomodoro actually is very effective. And it's because of its structure. Because first of all, after maybe 30 or 25 minutes, your brain stops to slowly produce neurotransmitters which are responsible for your focus and motivation. I mean mostly dopamine, which is really important, as you might already know from my previous videos, when it's coming to motivation. And after 30 minutes we can see a rapid decrease in produce of this neurotransmitter in our brain, and that's why we need a break. Of course, this is very specific when it's coming to different people, because for example, for some people the decrease in dopamine level will be after 30 minutes, I mean even most of people, but for some people it will be even after 1 or 2 hours. So you need to carefully watch your body and recognize when it's your time, when the fire is over and you need to do a quick break. And actually, this break shouldn't be too long. I recommend something between 5 or 15 minutes, because it's just enough time to rebuild your neurotransmitters which are responsible for motivation and continue your studying. The Pomodoro also gives you clear end, because we as humans are responsible for something which is called Parkingson law, and we use exactly the amount of time which we think is necessary for doing some activities than something which is actually needed to do them. So when you plan that, okay, I will complete this in 8 hours, it will probably take you full 8 hours. But if you could say that, for example, it will take me just 3, it will take you just 3 hours. It's really interesting how our brain tends to elongate activities to a way that we think that actually we need much more hours than actually it's needed. So this method works against this process, because it forces you to use extremely short amounts of time to complete your tasks. But why I called it Pomodoro on steroids? Because actually the most important is what you do before your Pomodoro method, because this method consists of mostly working on neurotransmitters, and when your levels of neurotransmitters before your actions are already low, there is nothing you can do. And because of this, it's really important what you do before this method. So to make this method effective, the best what you can do before is to make your brain calm and make your dopamine to get to the normal low point when you do nothing and you have nothing which is hyping you up. So what I recommend to do is to do a meditation or quick mindfulness. By a meditation, I don't only mean like you sit and count to, for example, 100, or sit and only focus on your breath, because that's what I mean by meditation. If you don't know what it is, it's a quick explanation here right now. But also you can do some form of meditation which is called mindfulness, and it consists going outside for a walk and focus on everything which is happening right now. So for example, focus on the sounds of wind, focus on the movement of trees, focus on the birds. Don't fly your thoughts away, but just focus on everything what is going on right now. It sounds easy, but it's actually very hard to just completely turn off your thoughts and focus on everything which is going around you. And in this way, you make your dopamine low again and you make your brain very calm. And actually, you can even check how meditation works on a scan of the brain, that all parts are getting calmer, that these parts which were red are coming less and less red, because This is how it works. This is what makes your brain calm, and this is what you need to do before you're learning. But the worst, and absolutely I'm sure you do this because I also did it. I'm not innocent. I did it all the time, and that's why I had so big problems in learning. That's why I couldn't study for my exams and I was failing. And this is because after screen you go straightly to your studies. You cannot absolutely do this, and I know you do this because every one of us do this because we are addicted to this shit. But you cannot let it happen, because when you go straightly from a screen to your studies, first of all, your dopamine level, your hype is very, very high. So you expect that it will be continued and you will have still these high levels of stimulation of your brain. And when you go to your books and to your studies, obviously it gets much more lower, and that's why you cannot focus and you go away with your thoughts some very far away parts of your brain, because your brain actually search for some fun activities and you don't provide it because you made expectations so high that you cannot just do something which is not so fun for your brain anymore. And all of us do this. So eliminate this. If you don't do a meditation, if you don't do mindfulness, just eliminate going straightly from your screen to your studies. Calm yourself. Do something which will make your brain calmer and actually ready for new, slow experiences. This is what you need to do. So when you want to remember one thing from this video is to not go straightly from watching screen to doing your studies. One more tip, which will be totally extra, is to use nicotine. And I know this might be controversial because this substance is obviously not healthy for you, but when you absolutely had really hard day, I sometimes have this gum which is for people who actually want to quit smoke, and I cut it in 4 pieces that I have maybe 2 milligrams of nicotine from this gum, and I put this under my tongue to let nicotine hit my nicotine receptors in my brain. I know this might be controversial, but it's proven that this substance can help you to focus when you absolutely have no any other way to escape. Do this absolutely when it's only needed, because nicotine can be very harmful. And of course, if you are a smoker, it won't help you at all. So it's only a tip for non-smoking people. Thank you for watching this video. As we are still in the beginning of our YouTube journey, please watch another videos which are here and subscribe our channel, and also give us like, comment, whatever. Thank you very much for watching. Ciao.